on to the New York Knicks versus the Boston Celtics. New York. Let me say this. I was dead
Hold on.
wrong, y'all.
Before you go, first and foremost, let's our condolences to Jason Tatum torn Achilles in that series, man.
Yeah.
Get well soon, JT. You know, the city of Boston behind you. Um, unfortunate way to go out, man. But you know, we riding with you, big dog, big St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? But continue about the New York. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Yeah, man. My apologies, y'all boys. I ain't believing y'all ever at any point. I have no problem saying that. I didn't think I was making it past the first round. I damn
mm,
sure didn't think he was making it past Boston. Whether Jason
mm,
Tatum was there or not, I didn't think you were making it past Boston. And look at you, shining, profiling. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Limousine riding, all type of. You know what I'm saying? You go into the conference finals, dog. And you got a legit shot. Like I can't even just say like, oh, it's over for y'all. Like,
Yeah,
nah. Shout out to y'all
yeah,
boys. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Never thought I'd see the day a Tom Thibodeau team would be at the cusp of anything legitimate. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Anything significant. Um,
Hey man,
that's on
hey
me,
bro.
y'all. That's
Listen,
on me,
bro.
dog.
Hey, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Don't listen, bro. Don't be talking about tears like that, bro. You know he had them bull scenes on lock for real. I ain't gonna hold you. He had them Derrick Rose years on lock for real. So let's not. Yeah, let's go ahead and pay that man respect for me. Um, uh, New York, man, that's you want to talk about resilience. Actually, you want to talk about pressure. That's a lot of pressure going up against the team to defend the champs, man. Again, like it's unfortunate what happened to Tatum, but even when Tatum was in the game, man, Brunson, hey, that boy is a New York legend already, cuz like that's bro, Brunson, as clutch as he was in that series, it's incredible. And that's the reason why he's the most clutch player of the year. It's incredible what this guy can do late games and still win. You know what I'm saying? Still lead his team. You know what I'm saying? Especially I think it was game one where they came back and they only won by 8. Obviously, that was just a more of a mental thing for New York. Like, y'all came back and there was stuff for that. But y'all, he did it again too. You know what I'm saying? And shout out Mikal Bridges and OG Ananobi, bro. Those two together defensively
Yes.
is incredible. You know what I'm saying? The two back to back plays in both games when they went up two. Um, but man, like but I think I did. I don't know if I told you now. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I did say, and it was weird because Stephen A. Smith said this as well. That game 6 would have been the biggest game in New York Knicks history in the Garden, and they got it done. They got a win. They moving on. Like you said, they got a legit chance now. They have a legit chance to win now. So I mean, that team. Shout out to Tibbs. Finding a way to win, finding a way to make it happen, man. Like that's so many good things I can say about Tibbs. But I mean, for what he's done for this Knicks team, man. Jalen Brunson, the boys, allowing Jalen Brunson to put the game on his back when needed to, and he's fulfilling.
Yep.
That says a lot for that team. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot for Tibbs, a lot for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Another guy I want to give a lot of credit to as well, Carl Anthony Towns. I thought this was the first
Yeah.
series in a long time, and I've ever seen in his career where I thought he played to his size and his full capability. I thought that hey, when it called for it, he was banging in the post. He was getting it done down low. We know he can snipe from three, but I also understand that hey, look, dog, the most effective I can be is if I get down in this paint and do the dirty work. And that's exactly what he
Mm.
did, man. I thought he had some big moments in this series as well. Like you said, OG Ananobi, Mikal Bridges, those guys, the defensive pressure that those guys are able to apply, playing to that Tibbs mentality. I'm happy that Tibbs team, this New York team, was able to stay healthy because we always know like the narrative around Coach Thibodeau teams is that they never can make it the full way. They never can get to the conference championship game healthy, or even get to the playoffs healthy, at all. And I think the fact that they made it through healthy. They'll be healthy when they play Indiana. That's that's a big vote of confidence for them. And congrats to New York getting that game won, getting that series won in New York was huge. I think that's a moment for the league. The league is better when the bid market team, when somebody from the bid market is in there. New York haven't been a team that we haven't seen at least in our lifetime be serious contenders consistently. This was great for them. That fan base deserves it. They are. I mean, they're a rabid fan base. They're avid fans. They deserve to have this. Um, I'm happy for him. I'm genuinely happy for every team that made it to the conference finals. But now to Boston, they Joe Mazzulla, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, they got a lot of work to do as a unit, and in terms of how do they go about setting the tone for their games. And here's the thing that I think we all should take away from this series, and I'll let you go after this. Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, they're better together. I don't ever want to hear about what one, they should keep one and get rid of the other. Like I think both of these guys are married together in terms of the fact that their mentalities differ, and that's how they and them being that yin and yang is what makes them push. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Brown's always that guy that carries around that certain dog mentality that I wish Jason Tatum would have. Because Jason Tatum, to me, has all of the talent in the world to be the best player in the game. 6'9", 240, can get to the rack whenever he decides to. That should be the best player in the game if he so chooses to play with that level to play with that kind of mentality. I think Jalen Brown's is more valuable as a leader than Jason Tatum is. Maybe Jason Tatum is more valuable as an overall player. But I'll let you go.
I think the key thing I heard in that whole statement, I mean, I heard everything. You're absolutely right, but the key thing for me was when he wants to, and I'm gonna stick with that because my logic for Boston, or my issue with Boston, I should say, uh, they are they are a replica team. That is a team that, just like many teams since 2014, 15, they are a replica team of like Golden State or wannabe. This is a team that relies heavy on threes, and they really got them out of, you know, I won't say the contention, but just the competitiveness of it. Jason Tatum, like you said, he's 6'9", 240. He's an athletic guy. You get to the rim. Jalen Brown was known before he came out of college. He was an explosive guy. Get to the rim. Allow yourself to get to the rim and allow the three ball to be a weapon as well. Joe Mazzulla just doing what he does. Just passes the ball great. Ball moving is great, but if it's only ended on a three, you got to at least get them boys inside, or you got to get them to the rim. You have two explosive players to not get to the line, to the free throw line at least. And I think that's just something that they have to really like think about moving forward. Is because yes, the three is your deadly weapon, but you have other attributes to these guys. Like, and I think a team like Boston with the two superstars they have, they should be able to like swing that narrative and say, hey, like the three can be. Why hasn't the three game been? You remember back in the day where it was inside out, everyone would get inside, but the three was more of an alternate. Why isn't it reversed nowadays? Nowadays, it's just three or nothing. If you go inside, it's a bad shot. If you go to the line and miss, it's a bad shot. It's all about analytics, and I feel like analytics has ruined the game because hell, when we was growing up, any shot was a good point if you hit it. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so I think for them, it's
yeah.
just more like um, you have to be able to like utilize everything. And for y'all to be a team that is constantly being a contender, you have so many players who can shoot the ball. You have a two-way player in Drew Holiday. You have pretty much a two-way player in Jalen Brown. You have an overall three-way scorer in Jason Tatum. Like, utilize all of that in your play. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what really messed them up because with or without Tatum, they should have won this series, bro.
They
Let's keep
should
it a
have.
beat. They should have won this
That's and
series.
that's And truthfully, when I saw the first game they played without Tatum, and I saw that, and they finally attacked the rim. They finally kept the pressure on the rim. And look, and it's not. And when we say attack the rim, we're not saying everything's going to end in a layup or made basket. But we're saying is you force teams to foul you. You force teams to get into foul trouble. You also force defense to crash and cave in
Mhm.
on you. Finding the open outlet, finding the guy in the corner, you said like it's not always about necessarily like are you going to make the shot? It's what you have to make the other team think about when you go into offensive, and when teams are only seeing that, oh, they're only looking for the three. All right, we going New York, credit to New York because this series took a lot of mental toughness to win. Because when you're down 20 points in multiple games, you have to have the mental fortitude that hey, look, we're gonna stick with what we do. We're gonna continue to attack the rim. We're gonna play the game of twos. They're gonna at some point they're gonna miss. They're not gonna keep hitting this way all series. Now last year. They kept hitting every single game, every single series. Didn't matter. This year, it finally slowed down. And when it slowed down, I look over at Joe Mazzulla and say, why don't you have a set play you can go to get Jason Tatum to the rack, to get Jalen Brown to the rack? Those are your best two guys. I can tell you right now, when SGA and OKC, when that three ball ain't falling, I know what he about to do. He about to get to that mid range. You know what I'm saying? If that shot ain't falling, I know what he about to do. He's gonna drive and he's gonna get to the mid. Why does Jason Tatum not know? And obviously he's hurt, so we understand that. But when he was there, why does he not know that? Hey, dog, he's the most talented player on the floor. Can't nobody stop me if I decide to go east, west, north, or south. I ain't settling for nan. I'm getting to the rack. Y'all gonna have to foul me. Y'all gonna have to make me stop coming to this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to make me stop. And this is why I look at Jalen Brown. I say, like, I appreciate what Jalen Brown does mentality wise, because Jalen Brown to me, because obviously we know him coming in, that was his game. That's always been his game. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten better as a 3-point shooter as the years have gone by. But when he goes back to what he knows best, that's when he's at his best. And I look at Tatum and I say, bro, it's too many times we're looking at you just pass it up, and it's not too late. Now, obviously, hopefully, he has a speedy and and good recovery. Because just to be truthful, we don't know how he's going to look when he gets back. That is a major injury. Um,
Mm-hmm.
everybody doesn't come back the same from it. So, hope, thoughts and prayers that he comes back the same Jason Tatum that we knew him as when he left. But yeah, it's just for them moving forward. Oh, they gotta know they gotta really know who they are, and what you've been is shouldn't be who you are, because you have more capabilities than that.
I think, yeah, I feel like too, because this is a team that I feel like they're still gonna have to piece it together. I think Tatum's probably gonna be out for the rest of the year. I don't think he's coming back next season. I think he's gonna be out for a full year because he
No.
got to rehab that. Unless it's like he come back mid year. I mean, it happened now, so I mean, Achilles, that's a tough one. I don't think KD. Yeah, KD came back the year after his first year with the Nets. That's when he came back. So
Hmm.
it's just about how you adjust with this. I think Boston's gonna be a year of that's going to be a year of an identity. You know what I'm saying? Because one of your guys is gone, what is the other going to step up? Especially if you've been in the press talking about like all this crazy noise he was talking about in post game. Yeah, you're gonna have to show that next year. And you're gonna have to show that next year, all year. I get it in the playoffs. It's very unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? You lost Tatum, but you made all these accusations about how you the best this and that and all this whoop whoop. You got 82 games, brother. You gonna have to prove that. That's on you. That is on you, brother, man. Listen,
That's
hey,
real.
we gonna back you up. We gonna back you up when it's time to back you up. But when it's time to criticize, we're trying to hold you accountable. Yeah, we gonna do that too, cuz we gonna do that too. So,
Yeah,
um,
no, absolutely.
yeah,
I'm excited to see what he looks like, though. I'm excited to see whether he
Mhm.
answers the call and whether he can take it to another level. We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Like you said,
We
all this
gonna
stuff you've been
see.
talking. Well, we're gonna find out.
We gonna see, my brother. That's all I know. But now we can move on